differing account of the events in 1872. The two primary accounts exist that seem to encounter the account of Izquierdo and Montero. First, the account of Dr. Trinidad Hermenegildo Pardo de Tavera, a Filipino scholar and researcher who wrote a Filipino version of the bloody incident in Cavite. Here are the primary sources, excerpts from Pardo de Tavera's account of the Cavite mutiny. According to this account, the incident was merely a mutiny by Filipino soldiers and laborers of the Cavite arsenal, to the dissatisfaction arising from the draconian policies of Izquierdo, such as the abolition of privileges and provision of the founding of the School of Arts Trade for Filipinos, which the general saw as a small screen to creating a political club. It is said that the incident was a simple merely mutiny by the native Filipino soldiers and laborers of the Cavite arsenal who turned out to be dissatisfied with the abolition of their privileges. Indirectly, Tavera blamed Governor Izquierdo's wrong leadership that can cold-blooded policies such as the abolition of privileges of the workers and native army members of the arsenal and the prohibition of the founding of School of Art and Trade for the Filipinos, which the general believed as a cover-up for the organization of a political club. Tavera is of the opinion that the Spanish friars and Izquierdo used the Cavite mutiny as a way to address other issues by blowing out of proportion the isolated mutiny attempt. Tavera believed that the Spanish friars and Izquierdo used the Cavite mutiny as a powerful lever, not only the native army, but also included residents of Cavite and Manila, and more importantly, the native clergy to overthrow that during the time. The central government in Madrid announced its intention to deprive the friars of all powers of intervention, matters of civil government, and the direction and management of educational institutions. This turnout event was believed by Tavera prompted that the friars to do something drastic in their desire to maintain power in the Philippines. The Central Spanish government introduced an educational decree fusing sectarian school run by the friars into a school called the Philippine Institute. The other primary sources is the account of Edmond Plaut about the Cavite mutiny. According to Edmond, a French historian, the mutiny cause was Governor General Rafael Izquierdo exacting of personal taxes from the soldiers and workers, as well as his imposition of forced labor on them. During this time, General Latorre created a junta composed of high officials, including some friars and 6 Spanish officials. At the same time, it created by the government in Madrid a committee to investigate the same problems submitted to Manila. Here are the summary of reform that they need to consider and to introduce. 1. Changes in tariff rate at custom and the methods of collection. 2. Removal of surcharges and foreign importation. 3. Reduction of export fees. 4. Permission for foreigners to reside in the Philippines, buy real estate, enjoy freedom of worship, and operate commercial transform flying the Spanish flag. 5. Establishment of an advisory council to inform the Minister of Overseas Affairs in Madrid on the necessary reform to be implemented. 6. Changes in primary and secondary education. 7. Establish of an institute of civil administration in the Philippines, rendering unnecessary the sending home of short-term civil official every time there is a change of ministry. 8. Study of direct tax system, abolition of tobacco monopoly. During that time, most Filipinos introduced necessary reforms that they want to experience at that time, such as were changes in tariff rate, custom and collection, removal of surcharges on foreign importation, reduce of export fees, foreigners to reside in the Philippines, advisory council establishment, changes in primary and secondary education, establishment of an Institute of Civil Administration, and study of direct tax system and abolition of tobacco monopoly. However, this reform put an end to their dreams, to those Filipinos, because General Izquierdo arrived in Manila. Because of General Izquierdo did not like have the reforms, and Izquierdo did not want to give the reforms to the Filipino because, of course, the Spanish government, include Spanish friars, wanted to continue their political and economic dominance in Philippines. Therefore, the friars used the incident as a part of dominance, which had started to show cracks because of the discontent of the Filipinos. They also showcased the Mutayni as a part of greater conspiracy in the Philippines by the Filipinos to overthrow the Spanish government. If we are going to analyze the Filipino version about this account, it is said that Filipino, especially Caviteños people, wanted equal right. They just wanted enjoying privileges, and they just wanted to protest. And they wanted that General Izquierdo will allow of them. But suddenly, General Izquierdo did not want like to happen. And even if they have a different stories or version in Community Mutayni in 1872, there is the one thing believable on this problem, and it was the execution of Gomburza. The Cavite Mutayni of 1872 resulted in the martyrdom of Gomburza, a collected name of the three martyrs Christ, which is Mariano Gomez, Jose Borges, and Jacinto Zamora, who were tagged as the mastermind of the Cavite Mutayni, and they were prominent Filipino priests that charged with treason and sedition. They are alleged of this execution because General Governor Rafael Izquierdo believed that the three priests were the leader of the planned government in order to break free of the Spanish government. Gomburza were executed by garrote in public, a scene properly witnessed by a young Jose Rizal. Their martyrdom is widely accepted as the dawn of the Philippine nationalism in the 19th century, where Rizal dedicating his novel El Filibusterismo.